Your Holiness, you're already here.
Caldisla disappeared from our memories, only to appear again all of a sudden. Something is amiss here.
Indeed. And the king has just shared with me an equally disturbing tale.
Do tell.
For those of us on the outside, it was as though Caldisla suddenly returned to our memories. But for the people of this land, it was the existence of the rest of the world which came back to them only now.
A most curious state of affairs indeed. I ask of you, Vestal of Wind, beg pardon, Your Holiness, I would hear your counsel. Whatever should I and my kingdom do?
Your Highness, I thank you for welcoming me back to Caldisla with such warmth. As for your question...
I'm glad your arm's feeling better.
My arm? Yes, it's fine.
That's a load off. Seeing you run about all the time, sometimes I get worried.
I'm simply doing my duty. I do not find it a burden.
So come on, spill it! Did you find out anything about Yoko?
Yoko? What are you...
But what do you think, Idia?
Huh? I think, sorry, what are we talking about?
Honestly, idiot, this is a serious meeting between world leaders.
We were discussing how the balls might be appearing.
Never mind how they appear. We don't even know where they come from.
That's true. And even if we did know, something is clearly different this time.
There are just too many things we don't understand about these balls.
I'm sorry. I should know more.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Magnolia. It's not your fault.
Our heroes, surely you must be exhausted after such a harrowing battle. Pray, stay the night and rest yourselves.
Quelle deception! And I call myself a ball buster. What do I truly know about the balls? I never even thought to ask.
Please, don't blame yourself, Magnolia. I'm no better. I knew nothing about the true Crystal Guard. Nothing about my own brother.
You. Thank you.
Oh, there must be someone out there who can give us a clue, right?
Do not judge a carrot by its leaves, nor a man by his words alone. True value is rarely apparent on the surface, you'll find.
It's a ghost!
My young friends, it would seem you have questions about the balls, and I may very well have answers. It is, well, comme ci, comme ça. Would you start with the good news or the bad?
Oh, this never ends well. All right, give us the good news first.
The good news is that, yes, I have finally uncovered the truth behind the balls.
Ah, la vache! You have? And what is it?
I'm afraid that brings us to the bad news. I believe, no, I am convinced, that the balls are the unresolved feelings of my dearest Vega given life.
C'est horrible! How can this be? Vega was your beloved, no? The one you left behind in the celestial realm?
The same. And the balls that threatened to destroy Luxemdark. As much as I am loath to admit it, they were born of our shared memories.
Your memories created the balls? How is that even possible?
It is only a theory, but I believe that Vega even now harbors feelings of deep yearning and remorse, and that someone, something, has seized upon these emotions, giving them physical form as weapons of mass destruction.
What a monster! Manipulating someone's feelings for such a terrible purpose!
You can say that again. So, this means that the balls come from the celestial realm?
That would be the only reasonable assumption.
That settles it. Altair, let's go to the Celestial Realm and save Vega from this nightmare.
A most kind offer, you. And yet I fear it is not so simple. I too long to see my Vega again, so I searched and searched for a way to reach the Celestial Realm, to no avail.
We'll just have to keep trying then. Never say never until you're dead.
A sentiment I shared, my dear you, which is why I kept trying, kept searching, until my death.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
A joke, my dear boy, a joke!
So you're just going to give up? You've carried on all these years in the hopes of seeing Vega again. Now you're just going to accept how things are?
Oh, of course I do not accept it. How could I accept my beloved being used as an instrument of destruction? I want to help her with all my heart, I do, and yet... My friends, might I beseech your aid?
Whoa, why so formal? Of course you can. Magnolia here is a ballbuster after all.
And even if I weren't, I would help. Anyone who'd use another's love for the purpose of evil deserves to get theirs.
Right. You've been our friend from the start, Altair. We've been through so much together. We're not giving up on you now.
Your friend? Oh, thank you, my dear children. As a matter of fact, I unearthed a new clue since coming to this place. A fairy named Anna.
Right. It was as if Diamante was under her control.
And she mentioned something about her master, didn't she?
I think we've seen enough to know that she's involved up to her eyeballs.
Then our course of action is clear. Search out Anna, my young friends. With all my heart. Bonne chance.
So there was a path between Luxendark and the Celestial Realm right here. What a delightful surprise. I've been having so much fun taking out the moon that I never even thought to look for one. But this changes everything. Why, from a place like this, I can summon balls and balls galore. Those moonies can't do a thing for Luxendark if my balls come through here. They'll be pumped and primed for battle. And not only that, oh no, it might even be possible for my lord to descend upon Luxendark from here. The only fly in the ointment is you, Jenny Olja, and his stupid friends. They've interfered with me every step of the way. Why, they've even recovered memories from alternate dimensions. That's basically cheating, you know. How are they doing it? Is it that hourglass they have? No, that alone wouldn't explain it. Ugh, what is their little secret? The keystones are all in place. And yes, the door's unlocked.
What does that mean?
My guess is someone must be inside.
Let's have a look around. Be sure to wrap up warm, Magnolia. It's freezing inside. I don't know how this castle manages to be colder on the inside than the out.
You've been here before, Idia?
Yeah, with Agnes and Tiz. Look! What's that? This helm. Alternus!
Stay strong, Idia. I'm sure he's all right. Let's go look for him. Look! This painting!
Yoko?
Remember what Alternus said? He was going after Yoko.
Why, if it isn't our loyal Minister of the Right?
What? Yoko?
Yoko! If you laid a hand on Alternus, I'll...
Idia, don't do anything rash.
Wise advice. We think you would do well to listen. Your knight in not-so-shining armor is fine. At least he seemed healthy, running away as fast as his legs could carry him. But enough talk about him. We are much more interested in you. Perhaps you are aware that Vampire Castle is known by another name. The Hall of Truth, where the curious can learn all there is to know. Yet some truths are not so easily faced. What of you? Would you cast off your blissful ignorance and face the truth? Then make for the floors above, but be forewarned. Before you can learn the truth, you must prove yourself worthy of it. Tiz, do not think you can avoid the dangers that you would encounter in this place. Within these walls, the powers of Luxendark's gods will not avail you. This is our realm. We make the rules, and you have no choice but to play by them. It is only fair, yes? A truth learned through anything other than your own efforts is no truth at all. We shall await you above. Fare thee well.
The truth? What is she talking about?
Tiz, we don't have to do anything she says. But what about Alternus?
Aha! At last it's working.
Alternus! Thank heavens you're safe.
Yes, it was a close call, but I made it.
You should have known it was too much to handle by yourself. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
Well,
Oh, you blockhead!
Well, at least we know Alternus is safe. What should we do now?
Well, I don't trust that girl at all. This could very well be a trap.
That is a possibility, yes. But what if she's telling the truth?
wondering how long you meant to keep us waiting. But no matter, we shall keep our promise. This is the first truth. The tale of the ambitious man. How long did we lay in slumber, that first time that we slept? We awakened and opened our eyes to the sight of a man standing before us. This man, this ambitious man, had come to explore the shrine in which we slept. 20 years ago, another man, another ambitious man, came for us. He brought with him a young girl, and within her body encased our very soul. With this, his true goal would be realized. The man had come to plunder the shrine, to claim the treasures that had been offered to us over the ages. His expedition a success, the man assembled his fleet and set sail for Gathlatio, blissfully ignorant of the truth that within the girl's chest slept the seed of a deadly plague. Fever struck her only days into the journey. With haste, the fleet made for the nearest port. The man wanted to continue, but the girl's grandfather, the owner of the fleet, forbade it. Fearing that the girl carried a deadly disease, he appealed to the church, demanding that the girl be quarantined. The ambitious man wished to take the girl and his treasures home. He petitioned to the church for permission to set sail. The leaders of the church, unable to reach a consensus, sent for an exorcist. This exorcist, a man by the name of Geist, would free the girl of whatever evil possessed her. Those who sought to keep the girl in town thought they could use the ritual as a pretense to delay the fleet's departure. The other camp believed that once the ritual was performed, she would be cured, and there would be no more reason to hold her. And so it came to pass that a compassionate man, a covetous man, a merciful man, an ambitious man, and a wise man reached their decision. A terrible decision, the most sinful in history. The ritual was performed, and the ships were allowed to leave port. The merry fleet sailed on for Gathlatio, sowing the seeds of the plague across the realm. The name of that man, the ambitious man, who roused us from slumber, was none other than Greed Geniolja. Yes, your father.
What? You're saying that my father caused the Great Plague?
We promised you the truth, did we not? But why take our word for it? It is all here, writ in your father's own hand. If you have the courage to face the next truth, we shall await you above.
Wait, Yoko!
It took you long enough. Did you read your father's log? No matter. It is time you learned the second truth. This is the tale of the sinful ruling. The wise men opposed to moving the young girl hoped that the ritual performed by the exorcist Geist would delay her departure. This would prevent the plague from spreading. But the ambitious man and covetous man were impatient and tried to foil their plan. Still, they could not stop Geist from reporting the girl's condition to the church's Office of Public Health. Upon receiving the report, the Office of Public Health ordered the girl quarantined and barred from further travel. Regrettably, it did not end there. The covetous man within the church appealed to the merciful man. The church should use their vaunted medicine to treat the girl, said he. And the ambitious man appealed to the loving man. The poor girl deserves the finest treatment the church can offer, said he. And so it came to pass. The merciful man and the compassionate man changed their minds. They ordered that the fleet be allowed to sail. And so the ships, with their treasure and the ailing child in tow, unfurled their sails and set a course for distant Gathalatio. The fleet berthed at many towns along the way, unwittingly sowing the seeds of death at every port of call. Only when they landed on their third continent did dire tidings reach the ears of the sailors. The first port they had docked at was in the grip of a terrible plague. Faced with a crisis and with morale low, Greed, your father made a decision. He gave every sailor in the fleet a flagon of rum filled with poison. The men died, one after the next. Their ships, their treasure, the poor girl and her dear grandfather, all were swallowed by the waves. Perhaps the church had ordered that Eternia alone be spared. Who can say for sure? What we do know is that Greed, and Greed alone, made a triumphant return to Gathalatio. Though he had lost nearly his entire fleet, he had salvaged treasure enough to fill the church's coffers. He became a man of great standing in the church's hierarchy, and the very next year was blessed with his firstborn son.
Denny, my brother.
Yes. It was not long after this that the dark hand of the plague came to Eternia. But here, why not read for yourself your father's words? You have faced two truths. Have you the courage to face another?